Hi Stefano, thanks so much for being here today. And it has been almost 1 year after you came to our Business Model U workshop in Munich. Um, what happened since?
Well, first of all, what the business model you gave me is clarity. And I think it was clear to me what were the objectives. And whenever I went then on a job search, it took me very little exactly to know what company could approach me and what company I was looking for. So, and I engaged with some headhunters, having very, very clear in mind what I wanted, what I was looking for. And just to name it, I was looking for a smaller company, the one I was working for, with a very good technology, with an international brand. And the good thing that happened is that when the CEO described me the kind of job he was offering me, he would be offering me, and he asked me for my feedback, and I said, well, that's a dream job.
Oh, that sounds too good to be true. So, in what sense do you think that you got that clarity? What was especially helpful regarding the methodology?
First of all, as a manager and as a business person, I was very familiar with the typical things that are described in the system, which is who are your partners, what are your activities, who are your customers, what is your reward, what are your channels, etc., etc. So it's a language which is familiar to every manager there. But the great idea here is to apply it to you as a person. So it's interesting to see, for example, that when you talk about your customers, it's not the customers of your company, but your customers, the one that benefit from the activities, the one you're bringing value to. And this transposes the whole thing you do every day as a job into on a different plan, on a complete different plan.
Thanks. Yeah, that's right. What about the value provided? How in what sense was that block in the business model canvas of significance for you?
Well, I think this is the most difficult thing, because this is exactly the whole question that will be asked when you have a job interview, when they ask you what do you want to do next in the same company you work for, or when you need to adapt yourself to something different, is what am I really bringing here? Why would somebody employ me? Why would somebody benefit from what I'm doing? And if you don't know it yourself, it's very difficult that somebody else could know it for you. And I think this is the key of it.
Great. Yeah, and it's the most difficult block of all to define, and it requires a lot of insight and personal knowledge to just get to it. But it's definitely very good when you're selling yourself as an individual. How was that? Because you mentioned you read the book before, and how was it different to come to an actual workshop to work on this compared to actually just reading the book by yourself?
The incredible thing of the workshop is this collective intelligence that develops on itself with people that you never met in your life, all of a sudden, all coming either with similar problems as you or either opposite, but the insights they manage to trigger in yourself by just asking sometimes what could be a very stupid question. What they call stupid question is just, oh, I never thought of that, but this was just in front of me. And also this, I would say that this intelligence, it's something that everybody gets out of the room knowing more. And I think this is the most effective and the most surprising thing of the whole workshop.
And what do you think that helped you to move from the end of the workshop and knowing more about yourself and actioning and finding the dream job that you were looking for?
Well, it's a kind of okay. I do an investment. I got something out of it. Now you have to make something with it. I think that's the main thing, and it's interesting because I've been promoting business model U to every human resources person that I've talked to in between in all these interviews I've been running, and to explain how is it important for a company to know that people know what they're doing and they are aware of the value they're bringing to the company. So what made me move forward is that there's a kind of urgency, because when you're at work you're not satisfied somehow, or you think there should be something better, or you think that it's not the right period of your life what you're doing and you should evolve. And it's a question of evolution, because the human being has to make changes in his life. Sometimes it's so compelling that you can't resist to it. And if you have a system, let me call this a system, that can support you in doing this change, there is a high chance that you will make the right change.
Thanks, Stefano. Thank you very much for your time today and for your enthusiasm for Business Model U. And I wish you all the best in your new job coming next year.